Good evening, and welcome to Charles Travels. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to have you join me on this journey around the world, exploring fascinating stories and meeting incredible people. Tonight, we're taking a trip to the Baltic Sea, where a mysterious incident has left many questions unanswered. Imagine sailing through the icy waters of the Gulf of Finland, surrounded by the snow-covered landscapes of Russia and Finland. The year is 2024, and tensions are running high in the region due to the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. It's against this backdrop that a Cook Islands registered oil tanker, the Eagle S, set sail from Russia, bound for unknown destinations. As the Eagle S navigated through the treacherous waters of the Gulf of Finland, something strange occurred. 5 undersea power and telecoms cables were severed, leaving Finland and Estonia without vital connections to the rest of the world. The incident sparked a high alert among NATO allies in the region, with many suspecting sabotage. The captain and 2 officers of the Eagle S have been accused of deliberately dragging their anchor along the seabed to sever the cables. Prosecutors claim that this was no ordinary marine accident, but a calculated act of aggression. The defendants, however, maintain that it was simply a technical fault that caused the anchor to drop, and they've pleaded not guilty to all charges. As we delve deeper into this story, we're reminded of the complex web of international relations and the delicate balance of power in the region. The Baltic Sea has become a hotbed of tensions, with Russia's invasion of Ukraine casting a long shadow over the area. The incident involving the Eagle S is just one of many suspicious cable and gas pipeline outages that have occurred in recent years. As we explore this fascinating tale, we're left wondering about the motivations behind such actions. Was it indeed an act of sabotage, or was it simply a tragic accident? The trial of the Eagle S's captain and officers will undoubtedly shed more light on the events of that fateful day. For now, let's take a moment to appreciate the intricate beauty of the Baltic Sea region, where the icy waters meet the snow-covered landscapes. It's a place of stunning natural beauty, but also of great geopolitical significance. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, folks. I hope you're enjoying the journey so far. As we continue our exploration of the world and its many stories, we find ourselves in the midst of a fascinating tale that delves into the realm of politics and media. Imagine yourself sitting in a small-town diner, sipping on a warm cup of coffee and engaging in a conversation with the locals about the latest news. The topic of discussion is none other than President Donald Trump's recent remarks about revoking the licenses of major television networks, NBC and ABC. As we meander through the streets of this metaphorical town, we notice the varied reactions to Trump's statements. Some folks seem concerned about the potential implications on freedom of the press, while others appear more nonchalant, viewing it as just another day in the world of politics. Let's take a step back and examine the context surrounding these events. President Trump has been quite vocal about his dissatisfaction with the media coverage he receives, often labeling certain outlets as fake news. This tension between the White House and the press is nothing new, but the suggestion to revoke licenses takes it to a different level. As we wander through the town, we come across a group of journalism students who are eager to share their thoughts on the matter. They express concerns about the potential chilling effect on journalists and the media's ability to hold those in power accountable. One of them mentions, if the government can revoke licenses based on content, it sets a precedent that could lead to censorship and undermine the very fabric of our democracy. We also stop by the local bookstore, where we find a collection of books on media history and the role of journalism in society. The owner, a wise and knowledgeable individual, shares his perspective. The relationship between the press and those in power has always been complex. While it's understandable that Trump might feel frustrated with certain coverage, the idea of revoking licenses is a slippery slope that could have far-reaching consequences. As we continue our stroll, the sun begins to set, casting a warm orange glow over the town. We reflect on the importance of a free press in a democratic society and the need for journalists to be able to report without fear of retribution. And so, dear listeners, As we near the end of this segment, I encourage you to think critically about the role of media in our lives and the potential implications of government intervention. It's a complex issue indeed, but one that warrants careful consideration and nuanced discussion. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we conclude our journey today, I'd like to take you to the picturesque suburbs of Sydney, Australia, where a story of privilege, recklessness, and the consequences of one's actions has unfolded. Imagine a sunny afternoon in Bellevue Hill, with the sound of clinking glasses and polite conversation filling the air at an upscale lunch gathering. But for one socialite, Vanessa Jacobs Fennell, the day took a drastic turn when she got behind the wheel of her Range Rover after enjoying a few too many cocktails. As she careened through the streets, her vehicle left a trail of destruction in its wake, smashing into multiple parked cars and sending bystanders into a state of horror. The scene was nothing short of chaotic, with witnesses attempting to pull her from the wreckage as she refused a breath test and assaulted an officer. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could someone so seemingly refined and respected in their community engage in such reckless behavior? But as we delve deeper into the story, it becomes clear that even those who appear to have it all together can be struggling with their own personal demons. Vanessa's lawyer claims she was under the influence of antidepressants, which led to egregious decision-making, a stark reminder that mental health can affect anyone, regardless of their background or social status. And as we navigate the complexities of this case, it's essential to consider the intersections of privilege, accountability, and the human condition. As I reflect on this story, I'm reminded of the importance of empathy and understanding in our daily lives. We never truly know what someone may be going through behind closed doors, and it's crucial that we approach each other with kindness, compassion, and a willingness to listen. Vanessa Jacobs Fennell has since been disqualified from driving and fined for her actions, but I believe this story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of impaired driving and the importance of seeking help when needed. It's a reminder that we're all human and we all make mistakes, but it's how we learn from those mistakes that truly matters. As we conclude today's episode of Charles Travels, I want to leave you with a sense of reflection and introspection. Let us strive to be more understanding, more empathetic, and more compassionate towards one another, even when faced with challenging circumstances. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep on traveling.